Yeah, yeah. We in the meth lab. We in the meth lab. Got your host, Big Twin. Thank you to all the new subscribers, everybody who likes, comments, and shares. All right, this is the raid part 2. This is the second and third raid. Let's get into it. All right, so not even 2 to 3 days go by, we already back at it. You know what I'm saying? We back in the streets, phones is ringing, going crazy. We right back on. You know what I'm saying? We ain't stopped nothing. You know what I mean? Nobody ain't stopped nothing. Kept it going. You know what I mean? We kept it moving and all that. We ain't even go to the first court date. So we do go to the first court date, and they ROR us. Because remember, we pled guilty to all of this. And they ain't really find much. They ain't find nothing that could really stick. You understand? So, boom. That was done. That first raid, that was out of here. We done with that, right? Boom. So one day I'm in Brooklyn. You know, I used to be in Brooklyn or Milford, between Belmont and Sutter. You know, I used to see Uncle Murder, Debo Brown, Nick Guns. Nick Guns was on the next block, Montauk, and all that. I used to see them all the time because I was right across the street from Cypress, right? So boom, you know, my brother calls me. He's like, yo, we got hit again. We got hit again. I'm like, oh, man. You know, so he had to go through the whole system. He gave the boys and all that a hard time and all that too because he knew nothing was in the crib. But what happened was they pinned 7 bags of chronic from the raid after us, right? In this second raid on my brother. Remember, when they actually do kick in your doors, they have to say they found something because they go through a lot to get to this point. First, they have to investigate you, right? Then they have to get a warrant signed by a judge. And then they come get you. You understand? So after they go through all of that, they cannot go back to the courts and say that they didn't find nothing. They have to say they found something. So they always gonna pin something on you. Y'all that been through this, y'all know what I'm talking about already. So boom, my brother, he goes through all of that, you know, boom, all of that, you know what I'm saying? Boom. Still didn't stop us. You know, mind you, we young, we dumb at this point. You know what I mean? We so wrapped up into the money, we addicted to making the money. You know what I'm saying? We addicted to the flow. Plus, we created an establishment. You understand what I'm saying? We created a way of life. We created stability for ourselves. So we feel like we couldn't stop. You understand what I'm saying? So mind you, after the second raid, we still going at it. We still doing our thing, right? So let me move on to the third raid, right? Now, I'm outside. It's me, Spaz Loke, my man Spaz Loke, right? Chip Ruggs and my man Chip Ruggs. We outside, it's a regular summer day. We outside chilling, this and that, you know, whatever, however we do on the block, right? Then we go upstairs to the crib and all that for a minute. So when we get upstairs to the crib, we chilling. Yo, we wasn't in the crib not 10 minutes, and they came right back. Boom, kicked the door back in. Mind you, this is around 6 o'clock in the evening, all right? They run up in there, boom, everybody down, same scenario all over again, you know. They find the ease. They find the ease on my man Spaz, on Spaz Loke, right? Boom, they wrap us up, boom, take us right back to the bookings. Boom, we go through the whole system all over again. They let me out, they let Spaz Loke out, right? Because the ease got pinned on Chip Ruggs. Now, Chip Ruggs had a bunch of priors, right? So they pinned the ease on him. You know, pros and cons of the system, right? So they sent Chip Ruggs to the boat. So the whole time, like, you know, after all of that, I'm thinking that, yo, this dude is going to tell this and that. He's going to tell on everything, and he's going, you know what I mean? He's going to tell on everything that's going on. He's going to give up the whole operation. But he didn't. He took the ease. The ease wasn't even his. But he took it on anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Chip Ruggs is on a boat, right? You know, so we get back to the crib after the third raid, right? We get back to the crib, and I see a notice on the door. There's a notice on the door saying we got 30 days, right? This is a real point, a real part of, you know, my life. We got 30 days to get out the house, to get out the apartment. I'm like, oh man, they labeled us a public nuisance. Mind you, the first time, they didn't really find nothing that could stick. The second time, there was nothing at all. The third time, there was nothing. Okay? We were smart enough to know not to keep stuff in the house. Mind you, stuff was close by. It was close, but it wasn't in the crib. We knew that much. You understand what I'm saying? But at this point, I still don't know where this is all coming from. And then I obtained the paperwork. And then on the paperwork, right? This is 44 pages right here. 44 pages on Big Twin and Twin NYC TV. This is us. This is paperwork on us. 44 pages, you know, real paperwork. Not the stuff y'all see floating around and all that. This is the real thing. This is the real deal. I see all these papers, right? All these papers on us, you know? And they label us a public nuisance. There's exhibits in here. There's a lot in this paperwork, right? But it's something special about this paperwork. I find something special in this paperwork. We had 2 confidential informants. So that means there was 2 people that either me or my brother actually hit that was working with them, that was working with the D's, okay? So now I'm on the phone, I'm telling like a lot of people that I know, yo, there's a confidential informant. There's 2 confidential informants and all of that we done served and all that. Who do we got around us? That's why you gotta watch who's around you. I'm like, who do we got around us? Who is the confidential informant? To this day, I don't know who it was, but it's in this paperwork. This is 44 pages on me and my brother. It's in this paperwork that we had 2 confidential informants, okay? So now I'm on some like, yo, as I'm walking outside and I'm walking the streets, I'm like, yo, I don't really feel like saying what up to nobody or nothing because I don't know who could have possibly told, all right? And then new developments came up. New developments had came up, you know, where they were saying that we was running the host role, that we control the host role. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say too much. This is YouTube. We control the host role, and all this different types of different developments came up. So basically, they made it to the point where it's like we're more than what we was. They actually thought that me and my brother was running the whole entire hood. You understand what I'm saying? And we let them believe it. We let them believe that we was running the whole entire hood. You understand what I'm saying? We felt like, yo, this is our problem right here. You know, them coming, you know, this is our problem. You know what I'm saying? This ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. This is our problem. Let them believe whatever they want to believe, but the truth shall prevail. You understand what I'm saying? Truth be told, though, they had us. Because if, you know, once you have confidential informants coming at you, there ain't nothing you can do about that. They got you. They got you. So now the biggest question in your mind is, who is the informants? So now I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody that's around. So then Chip Ruggs gets out of the boat. You know what I'm saying? He comes back acting mad funny. You know what I'm saying? He was a different character. Like he came back on some funny, you know what I'm saying? You know, we in the crib one day, you know, we had a lot of different things laying around the crib, you know what I'm saying? Phones and all that, whatever. So one day, Chip Ruggs, we knew it was him too. He actually took a phone. He took a phone from my crib. It had to be him because there was nobody else that was next to the phone at the time this happened. Mind you, he already had malice in his heart that he got sent to the boat and we didn't. You understand what I'm saying? Chip Ruggs, if you end up watching this and all that, you know what it is. You already know what it is. You know? So Chip Ruggs is missing. We know he took the phone. We can't find Ruggs nowhere, right? My boy Banger runs into Ruggs. My boy Banger leaked this dude. Head tapped him. Leaked him. Niggas is like, yo, what happened? Why you did that? To tell him, asking Banger, yo, Banger, why you did that to him? Why you did that? He said, twins is some real dudes. Like, you out of your mind to steal from their house? Are you out your mind? Do you know who these dudes are? These dudes are respected. These dudes are some stand-up dudes. Ruggs had to be out of his mind to steal from us. And that's why what happened to him happened to him. Now, to this day, he probably wears the scars, you know, I don't want to talk too much or whatever, from that. to this day from stealing from us. Follow me? So we got 30 days. We got 30 days to get out the crib. You know, bugging out. You know what I'm saying? Scavenger hunt, trying to find where to live and all that. My brother, he found the spot somewhere out in Westchester County, and I found the spot out in Harlem. So this is when I moved to Harlem. I moved to 130th between St. Nick Terrace and Convent. I live right there on Skrilla Hill. They call it Skrilla Hill. Now, if you ever seen the movie Juice, there's a part where Tupac and Omar Epps, they jump from one building to the next building. That was my building, 408. When the boys was chasing Pac through the building, if they angled the camera a little bit to the left, it would have showed my apartment that I lived in. I lived in Harlem and all that, you know? We lost the apartment, everything. We had that apartment since 1979. We actually lost that apartment and all that, which I'm still not over to this day. That still troubles me to this day that we actually lost that apartment. Mind you, each raid, they didn't find nothing that could stick, but they knew that we was doing what we was doing because of the confidential informants. To this day, I don't know who the confidential informants was. All I have is a serial number on whoever it was. That's it. Mind you, we didn't take none of this to trial because we were actually guilty. So we're not going to take the whole thing to trial when we know we're guilty. We just going to let them do what they do and get over, you know, move on with our lives. You understand? I'm telling this story just to let y'all know how things could take a different turn in your life. You understand what I'm saying? So we got word, you know, people in the hood was telling us certain things and all that. They was telling us, yo, they might know who told this and that, but we didn't know for sure. We couldn't move on that because we didn't know for sure. You know, let me say this too. Rest in peace to Spaz Loke. Spaz Loke actually passed away. Rest in peace to Spaz Loke, you know. Spaz, you know what I'm saying? If you up there listening, you know, we went through the whole system together. It was real, you know. Spaz, you already know. Rest in peace to Spaz Loke, man. For real, that's a fact. Hey, yo, this is the Meth Lab. You know what I mean? This is the raid part 1 and 2. You already know. Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. Y'all been through this. Let me know. Y'all want to elaborate more on that? Let me know. You already know. This is the Meth Lab. This is Big Twin. BX 178. You already know.
Mathematics, entertainment, truth, history.